everybody, and welcome to our webinar tutorial for today. We are going to be chatting about product listings and what makes a really good top performing and high performing optimized product listing. So it's best for me to go through one of the listings within my own online shop because that is most familiar to me. So I just thought that I'd log into my online shop and show you from the front end what I feel is and what I have learned over the years as an optimized product listing. So here we go. celestialgifts.co.za, and we are doing very well with the supercar experiences. So let's go into one of those to start with. So basically what you want to ensure, first of all, is that the product name is not very long and very specific to exactly what it is that you are selling. So if you're selling kettle, toaster, pots, pans, plates, etc., you need to have a very short, clear, concise product name, and also maybe you would include the model of whatever it is that you are selling if there is a model applicable, because people ask for that. In our case, we've included the location. You'll also hear that we have a very up-to-date image gallery. Always have extremely professional pictures. I cannot emphasize this enough. The importance of having professional images to display your product, and try to have, let's say a minimum of 5, between 3 and 5 of the product that you are selling. Obviously, these are experiences, so we have to give more of a look and feel of what the client will enjoy on the day. But if you're selling products, which most of you are, I would say at the very minimum, 3 very professional images that are not pixelated. They need to be clear and concise and very easy to see, because that makes huge impressions with customers. You then also have to have your price. You should be displaying the price for your target market and your target audience. If you are selling predominantly to people who are in SA or the United States or Europe, then you need to be displaying the currency as per that area where you are selling your products. Here we also have a product code. That is very important, because if all else fails, you can always ask customers to send you a screen grab of what they're looking at, or at the very least, please can you send me a product code. It can also be referred to as an SKU, and that's basically like a unique identifier code for whatever it is that you are selling, and it's something that's accepted worldwide. You'll also notice that we have a short description and a long description. For us, it goes on to vouchers, etc. But what I want to say about descriptions is that it needs to be written clearly and properly, with proper paragraphs and headings and bullet points, and that would describe what your product is. The more information, the better. It will minimize on the questions that customers ask you, but it's also important that you don't have too much information to overwhelm people, because let's face it, people aren't really reading much these days. So look at all of the product descriptions to make sure that everything has been laid out properly, clearly, with formatting, grammar's all correct, and that it's nice and easy on the eyes to read. You could also maybe think about including some embedded links within the text that could perhaps send your customers to a blog or a similar product, etc. So those would be classified as interlinks. You can embed that within the description, or you can include that at the bottom of the description. Also bear in mind that you'll need to include all of the attributes for your product. What is the color? How much does it weigh? What is the height? What is it made of? What does the package come with? What is excluded from the package? And there, I think you really need to be including all of the information that is very important to note about the product in terms of how it's made, etc. Because that could be where people may complain if they have seen something in the picture, for example, that goes with the product, but it doesn't actually come in the packaging. So make sure that you're very specific within the attribute section in terms of what is included, what is not, weight, height, etc. Because remember that customers are not actually looking and feeling and touching the product. They're looking at it on your website. So just give them as much information as you can. Not only could you think of, well, should I say it's absolutely mandatory to have an image gallery, minimum 3 pictures for your products, but you might also want to think about including a video if you can. And we speak quite often about creating videos in TikTok or for Instagram Reels and YouTube Shorts. So what you could do is just create a very, very small, short, nice, clear and concise, a very real demo of maybe some of the products that you're offering, no more than 30 to 45 seconds. So go and investigate how to put some really short little videos together. There's lots of different apps that you can use on your phone. I know Vimeo is one of them and so on. So think about embedding either, a promo video or a demo video of the product. So that's generally what I will do here for Celestial Gifts, is if my videographer hasn't been to the experience as yet, I will then include a nice, high-performing, very emotive, electrifying promo video of the business so that people can go and have a look at the promo videos. What you might also want to think about as well is pulling in your reviews. Here we have ours tracking along the bottom of the website. We have a lot of reviews happening there. And then you can also displaying the reviews for the products is very important. And that's especially where the eye is tracking around the product code, the price, etc. You might want to keep your reviews right up front. As I was mentioning earlier as well, where the eyes are tracking on the actual product and the name of the product, you also want to be maybe including some frequently asked questions. How does it work? Why are we, number one, include some unique selling points, especially clients can be very anxious online. So you want to overcome this anxiety by including some nice unique selling points about how amazing your business is and why they should choose you because of all the reviews that you have. And also just understanding it from their perspective. Maybe they've never shopped online before. In fact, everything that you do should be surrounded by customers who've never shopped online before. So include perhaps how does it work? Where from here, next steps. And if you can, I recommend that I have it on my laptop, my desktop version. Oh, here we go. I have a how it works infographic. So that is also quite cool to have in your as part of your product template. And here we have the unique selling points. I actually call it our happiness guarantee. So it's further down at the bottom in the mobile view. But if you were to view this listing on the desktop view, this will be to the exact right-hand side of the pricing, etc. So these are some really cool points that you might want to think about when you are putting your product listings together, or at least when you're optimizing your listings with your ready-made store, or just performing some data housekeeping. That really is something that myself and my colleague are always doing. We are always updating prices. We are always updating descriptions and so on, especially, getting some nice new images in the gallery when our videographer has been with influencers. Those are things that you can think of. And another reminder is to include some nice embedded links within your product listing so that it will link to some of the other similar products that customers may like to consider as well. And I pretty much think that is it for today. Before we close off, I've included a badge for Cape Town tourism, and with your online shop, you may have some sort of Google badge, or you can get some sort of nice verification badge that could help you win the customer over if they're feeling a little bit indecisive. I hope this was helpful for you today in terms of some product listing optimizations and some nice housekeeping tips. that you can go off and implement within your own online shop, and just be aware of when you are looking at your listings as to what makes a really, really good listing that will guarantee or help the customer along to make a sale. Thanks for joining us today, and I look forward to seeing you again soon. Take care. Bye-bye.